Good evening, this is Tina. How are you doing today? In this video, I'm gonna talk about access. Okay, Hibernate provide two access way. One is the field access. The other one is property access. Okay, let's talk about one by one. Suppose we have an entity, and the entity is the class person, okay? And here we have the field. Okay, and here we have another field. And when we add the ID annotation, okay, on the field, all other annotations like column or like one to many, many to one, those relationship, all other annotations must to be applied on the field. Okay, and this is called the field access. Field access means at a runtime, if we Hibernate will try to populate or set values for these fields, it's gonna using reflection API. Got it? It's gonna using reflection API. Even though you have getters or setters, it won't use them. It's gonna using the reflection API. And when we do that, we probably will think it break the encapsulation, because we want probably in our getter setters we have some business logic there. But if we add ID on the fields, it's gonna using the reflection API, and it breaks encapsulation. This is called the field access. Okay, and if you want to override that, you can using like the annotation. Suppose, let me give you one example here, okay? Let me change to using the black. Suppose here I have the private string email. Because when the ID annotation decide it's using field access or property access, if your ID applied on the field, it's gonna be the field access for all the fields. And suppose for the email, you don't want to using field access, you want to using getter setters, you can using one annotation called access. And here you can specify property. Okay, access or something. Here I couldn't remember now. Anyway, using annotation access, and here you can select it's a field access or property. Property means for email, this field is gonna using getter setter instead of using what? The reflection API. Okay, this is the field access. Second one, property access. Okay, here we add the entity. And still we have the entity which class is a person. And we still have the ID. And we have the string name. Okay, and we have the string email. First, remember the ID annotation. Where is the ID annotated? Decide using field or property. And for the property access, your annotation is add on the getter, like long getters. Okay. And you have other getters. Okay. So if I add ID on the getter, and Hibernate, we are using getter and setter to set the value or to retrieve the value instead of using the reflection API. Okay, so and for all other column or many-to-one, one-to-many, transient, all other annotation, you should apply on the getter methods. If you apply on those methods, it won't work. And the same thing, if you want to switch email to using field access, because in this case, default, everything gonna be property, right? What you can do is here you have public string, get email. Okay, and here you add annotation access, and in the parentheses you specify field. Okay, the thing inside this parenthesis might be syntax might be a little bit wrong. Okay, because now I couldn't remember, but the idea is same. Okay, so in the real environment or project, you decide, okay, based on your real environment, decide to choose using field or property. Based on my experience, mostly I will using the field access because it's very easy. Probably there are some cases, think about the encapsulation, think about the reflection API has extra cost on the performance. Probably you might want to using the property access. And also for property access, you can hide the actual implementations. Okay, so that's it for this access 2 ways inside the Hibernate. And thank you for watching this video. See you next time. Bye bye.